DC, the same group funded by the West. Now, let me tell you about the special we're running. This Liver Shield is the high-quality proprietary Livertrex developed by Dr. Group that we've private labeled through him, and it's extremely strong, extremely concentrated, extremely high-powered. You combine that with the Oxy Powder, oxygen-based intestinal cleanser, dietary supplement, clinically tested. We have them discounted at the lowest price you're going to find anywhere because Group puts out the Oxy Powder. He's the manufacturer of it. This is used in Hollywood for folks to lose dress sizes. High-level oxygen, that means it's a higher level at time releases in the intestines and is dramatic. You add this with a 6-day cleanse, with the apple cider vinegar, and with a bottle of this over 6 days mixed with water, and you drink 4 different glasses of that a day. Then on the 6th day, when you're going to bed, you drink 6-7 ounces of olive oil, organic, cold-pressed, first-press olive oil. You lay on your right side for an hour until you go to sleep reading a book. You wake up in the morning. Most people have dramatic results the next morning. I didn't. It took a couple days till I was going to see a movie at the Alamo Drafthouse and had to get up, and it was dramatic. And it was exactly what everybody said. It was exactly what you see online when you Google gallbladder stones. It's disgusting. And I've never talked about stuff like this on air. I didn't even believe it. I thought like kidney stones or something, you'd have a couple of them. It's disgusting. Dr. Grip, I'm going to give you the floor now. InfoWarsLife.com. It's dramatic. Obviously, folks should probably talk to their healthcare provider before they do this. But this is one of the single biggest results, if not the biggest, I've ever seen in my life, literally in a 6-day period. This is something anybody can do. Are there any downsides to it? If the gallbladder's ready to bust, could this trigger something? You know, let's talk about any downsides. Talk to your physician. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. The bottle of Liver Shield is $29.95 and helps fund the operation. And then, of course, we have the Advanced Cleanse that goes with the Oxy Powder with a discount. So you get a discount on that, $76.90. And again, the profit we make from this helps fund this entire operation. So it's a 360 win, as I call it. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. Folks, don't procrastinate. The mainline medical system is just going to tell you, oh, go on liver medication or get ready to have a liver transplant or whatever. Or just, I mean, it's crazy. I have a family member who has on a scale of, 1 to 40, it's some scale, medical scale, has like a 14 with liver stuff. And no one's telling him, hey, you can quit drinking, you can, your liver can grow back like a amphibian's tail or something, like a salamander's tail. No one's telling him any of this. They're just saying, we're getting you on a list for a transplant. We think within 5 to 10 years, you'll need a new liver. No discussion of liver health, no discussion of what different prescription drugs can do to your liver. Just get ready to have a new liver. And then that has all those complications and serious problems. So all we're saying is, obviously, you want to flush your liver out. Obviously, the literature is well known on what liver cleanses do. This is the best one out there from our research. InfoWarsLife.com or 888-253-3139. And I wasn't going to share my personal details. I was just going to talk about what other people had and talk about reviews and talk about what happened with the group and others. But I thought it was important enough for you and your family to be honest with you and to be literally transparent. So, Liver Shield with the Oxy Powder and with an organic form of apple cider vinegar. Tell us, Dr. Group, what the 3 things do together, how you do it again, what's happening in the liver. You've got the floor for the next 16 minutes till the transmission ends, Dr. Group.
Okay, well, I mean, the fact of the matter is, with the environment that we live in, everybody needs to be doing liver cleansing, and it's all about addressing the root cause of the problem. The medical profession is never going to tell you that your liver is congested and your liver is toxic and your liver is fatty and your liver is cirrhotic, which is just scar tissue built up in there, because there's over 900 prescription medications that injure the liver, and 80% of all cases of liver toxicity are actually caused by drug reactions, and there's children that have even died from taking in acetaminophen and everything else like that. Right now, they're not telling the general public how big of a problem liver damage actually is. There's children right now that have liver damage and fatty liver. There's an actual diagnosis called non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, which is affecting many Americans, and it's a leading cause of cirrhosis in adults, and it even affects 1 out of every 4 Americans right now. And that's from people that don't even drink alcohol. So if you add over 2 drinks a day for men and 1 drink a day for women, that actually increases the chances of you having fatty liver disease or developing cirrhosis. And with the liver, with our research, and this is why it's so hard for the medical profession to diagnose anything in the intestines and in the liver, because there's really no tests that you can do. I mean, yes, there's liver enzyme tests that can, when they get high, but when they do get high, usually it's too late. And there's not a lot of tests that you can do to determine how many toxins are in the liver or how many toxins are in the intestines. So it's really simple when you think about any type of disease mechanism, and the fact that the body has the ability to heal any disease known to man and any symptom is that once you clean the liver, once you clean the intestines, once you clean the parasites, once you clean all the chemicals and heavy metals out of the body, once you stop putting all those chemicals in the system, then ultimately the body heals itself. Now, the liver also stores the majority of the nutrients that we need, and that's why people are, even though they're eating and they're taking vitamins all the time, and they're taking vitamins that contain synthetic fillers and excipients like maltodextrin and silicon dioxide and titanium dioxide and those type of chemicals, those are actual fats, fatty substances that get stored in the liver as well. So what we found, like I was saying earlier, is if you're walking around with your liver only functioning at 10, 15, 20%, then you need to get the liver up to about 75% to really start feeling the new energy. And that's why you see kids that have horrible diets and everything, their liver's not completely congested yet. So it's able to break down the fats. It's able to take care of certain things and process all those toxins without that individual child really starting to gain weight and everything else. But now they're finding, actually, Texas A&M, as a matter of fact, did a study that said exposure to even low doses of hormone disruptors or endocrine disrupting chemicals, which are also, you know, the phthalates and the BPA and the xenoestrogens that are found in the water supply and in the food supply, can actually alter the gene expression in the liver and the liver function, increasing the susceptibility to liver failure, cirrhosis, and obesity and metabolic diseases, even in children. So really, the whole purpose of cleansing the liver is tracing back what we need to do to address the root cause of the problem. And the best way to do it is with liver-supporting herbs, purging the liver and flushing the liver of all the things that have been inside of it. I even read a story about a guy that had 4-stage cancer, and I'm not, making any claims here. This was a story online. I don't know if it's true or not, but I've talked to doctors that have used liver cleansing and read thousands upon thousands of reviews that this guy did 26 back-to-back liver and gallbladder cleanses. He was sent home to die with only 2 weeks left to live with cancer. And apparently, after the 26th liver and gallbladder cleanse, he went back into his physician, and his cancer was completely gone. Now, I've read every condition that you can possibly read, and it's all about one thing. When the body is clean, and you're putting clean food and clean water, and you're breathing clean air, which you can create for yourself in your home environment, your office environment, that disease can actually cease to exist.
Well, sure. I mean, here's an example. There's a gas station where I used to live that's a nice place. They sell barbecue as well, but they're down a hill. And I got gas there a few times, and my car would have problems. And then I was talking to Weldon. He goes, oh, you didn't know? They get water in the gas there because they're down that hill. Everybody knows don't get your gas there. So instead of them stopping selling gas or fixing it, they just keep selling it. But it's simple. You get a cup of water in 10 gallons of gas, your car is going to sputter till it conks out. It's real simple. If your liver, the main filter, is filled with all these different stones and all this garbage, I mean, no wonder it can't operate.
Right. Another thing that we talked about a little bit was the high fructose corn syrup, and that's like poison to your liver, almost as bad as alcohol is. And studies show that Americans consume about 12% of their total calories,
good God,
on average from high fructose corn syrup.
Why is high fructose so bad?
Well, high fructose corn syrup is man-made. That's why it's so bad, because it's most of it's made from genetically modified corn. It's got levels of mercury inside of it. They use processing chemicals to create it, and it's a toxin. It's a poison to the body. So when it comes in the body, it's not a natural food. It's synthetic. So when it comes in, the body has a hard time breaking it down. The liver has to work extra hard to break it down. It can kill liver cells. It's so damaging. And because the liver has to break the fructose up and break all the other chemicals.
Incredible.
And the corn products and the GMO stuff.
Dr. Group, stay there. Final segment. In the fight for human liberty, we need to be healthy. Purified water, clean, sunshine, non-GMO, and have a clean liver. Get your liver shield today. It supports the broadcast. And then with this, it was so dramatic 8 days in, because I did it for 6 days. Nothing happened. I was calling him. I was talking to Anthony. I said it hadn't happened. They said, just wait, just wait. It did. I know one person it didn't work on. It works on almost something like 97% of people we've talked to. And I guess that means they either don't have any stones or they're really backed up. Dr. Group, are there any dangers to flushing out these gallstones? I mean, are they naturally supposed to be there? Are kidney stones and things like that good for you? I've always heard they're bad, right?
Oh, they're not good for you. They're not supposed to be there. It's all caused by the environment that we put into ourselves. But you're asking if there's anything bad. You know, people who have really, really toxic livers, probably the worst symptom that could happen is that they might throw up. Some of that throwing up is maybe just a response from drinking the olive oil, but also it could mean that they're extremely toxic. So the liver cleanse, they might have some stomach pain. They might have a headache, some detoxification symptoms. But the whole purpose of us choosing the herbs that we chose, such as turmeric is in the formula, and that combats liver damage and helps with the inflammation in the liver. We chose a rare herb called Boratutu bark, which is a rainforest herb, which is extremely rare. It's been used for hundreds of years. It's one of the most powerful substances for liver cleansing. And it helps support the gallbladder, jaundice, repair of the liver. It has strong antioxidants in it. And the milk thistle seed that we put in there has been used for over 2,000 years for liver and gallbladder support. It helps detoxify your system from alcohol. It helps regenerate damaged liver tissue. There's, you can look on PubMed and find all kinds of studies on some of these herbs that we chose, especially milk thistle. But we also use a rare herb called Chanca piedra. And it was known in the rainforest herbal shamans as stonebreaker. And what this herb does is it actually breaks down kidney stones, liver stones, gallbladder stones over a period of time. And all of these things are in the liver shield. And that's why you take the liver shield for 4 or 5 days before you do the olive oil. So you're turning those hard stones into sponges. Almost like sponges, are breaking them down into little tiny soft pieces so they can easily pass. Now, if you were to go and just drink a bunch of olive oil right now, you might have a scenario where you pass a hard stone, or maybe a stone gets stuck in your bile duct coming out. But I've always told people the most effective cleanse and the hardest cleanse for you to do is to purge your liver. It's just drinking the olive oil is really the hardest part.
It makes perfect sense. I mean, we clean out the garbage disposal. We clean out every other kind of filter, pool filters, whatever, clean out the liver. But they're not going to make a bunch of money off of you giving you a liver transplant or whatever down the road, if you get your liver healthy outside of their system. We're not making any claims. All I know is this works incredibly good. In closing, Dr. Grip, I want to thank you for your help. Thank you for working with us. Because I know you're a really choosy guy, one of the most successful people in the country at all this. They're at the Global Healing Center. How often should I do a liver cleanse? I mean, I've done 2. I mean, I guess I did the first one about 6 months ago, another one about 3 months later. It wasn't as dramatic, but there was some. Do I want to do it until every few months until nothing comes out?
Right. Well, what we found is that pretty much anyone over 40 needs to do 3 liver cleanses over, let's say, maybe a couple month period. So they do a liver